Sunday reflection, 3rd September. Today's Gospel is Matthew chapter 16, verse 21-27. And in today's Gospel, we come across such a dialogue between Jesus and Peter and Jesus. And Jesus says to Peter, "Get away from me, Satan. You are an obstacle." And we look at it, we listen to it, and we say, wow, such a harsh words Jesus is saying to Peter, the one who is love, the one who is truth, way, and life. But on the other side, we can see, when we reflect deeply on this experience, we can see Jesus is not referring directly to Peter as a human person, but to the evil one, Satan, who is at this moment manipulating Peter's logic and understanding. And this is a sort of an exorcism. Quite often, when you approach God, Jesus Christ, in your faith, only based on your logic, the Satan often manipulates your logic to distort the true nature and image of God. So Jesus says, get away, Satan, get away from here. Now, because you are the obstacle for this man, Peter, to understand God's plan of salvation. Look at what happened in the lives of many people whose faith is based on logic, only on logic. Logic, I have to say, and stress it out again. Logic which is manipulated by the evil one. The evil one, the Satan, cannot manipulate your soul, the image and likeness of God. He cannot. He has no access to it. But he truly can manipulate your understanding and logic. So many people, this is beautiful logic of Satan. They say, if you look at the cross and the suffering of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, how the Father can send his own Son for this sacrifice, suffering, and death. What sort of a father is that? That is the logic of Satan. That is the manipulation Satan is planting in a human understanding. And many say, exactly. What sort of a father, what sort of a loving father is that, to send his son for pain, suffering, and death on the cross? And because of that, many people, they leave Jesus Christ or they follow him to a certain point as far as the logic, the understanding allows them. And you remember that passage from John 16:16. Many apostles who follow him and they listen to his teaching about his own flesh to become the bread of life, the bread who is coming from heaven and giving the life to this world. And they say, this is very difficult and harsh teaching. Who can understand and who can follow it? And they left. They left Jesus Christ and they followed their own way. That's how is it when you approach Jesus Christ, God, his plan of salvation with the logic, which is the matter of Satan's manipulation. So how can you find out the true will of God? And the answer comes from the second reading. St. Paul, read the letter to Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. Beautiful process of knowing the will of God. He says, do not manipulate, do not follow the wisdom, the patterns of thinking of this world. In the sense, you cannot find the true will of God in this world, in the wisdom of this world. Meaning, you cannot find the trust to God's plan of salvation. And then he says, just keep on changing self by renewing your mind, by renewing and understanding perspective of lives, meaning keep on searching, keep on knowing, stepping to new dimensions of knowing self, of knowing God, of knowing love. Keep on searching, and then you know the will of God. You know what is good, perfect, and what pleases God. And that's it. So, one little reflection you do for yourself today. When you look at the way of the cross, suffering of Jesus Christ, huge suffering, and when you look at him dying on the cross, dying and death on the cross, what do you think? What do you feel? You say, what sort of a father is God the Almighty who sent his son for this suffering and death? And some deep in you, you just disconnect yourself with God and you follow him only according and as far your logic can allow you, your logic, which is manipulated by Satan. Or you kneel down and you say to God, thank you. And in the silence of your heart, you repeat with Mary, my soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord. My spirit rejoices in God, my Savior. Luke 1, 46, 47. I wish you a nice and great Sunday.